let's have a look. Ah, that's why. Fortress. Need to put the gaming tag. Fortresscraft, there we go. Changes being made. Hopefully all I need to do is refresh the page and I'll appear. Where am I? Is it really not going to show me? That's mean. Perhaps I need to stop the stream and start again. Right, let's stop and start. There I am. Right. I want to share Twitter. That's cool. I'm just starting making. And I've just got a retweet, that's good. Right, Twitter, keep that open. Two retweets, got a like and a retweet, I'm happy. The cyanide. Cyanide? I'm sorry, I probably butchered that. Right, okay, so we're hoping to do some mod making this episode. As you can see, I've been playing around with some recipes. Got some in here on the old mod, so we're gonna go straight out of this and go back to the beginning. Okay, mate, no problem. Right, so saying it's safe to exit, so I'm going to click exit now. There we go. Right, let's go to my documents. So this is my path. I've got my name, app data, local, projected games, Fortresscraft, and then we've got the mods folder. So this is the new one. I'm going to just delete that so we can see it straight from the start. So this was my custom recipes. I've got a mod.config file, so I need to copy that. I'm going to create a new folder and we're going to call it Gaza9422 because you've got to have the mod author's name in the title of the mod as accordance with the modding API. So we're going to do compressed blocks. So this will sort out some storage issues. If you're familiar with HMK's Broken Moss mod, this was something similar he did. Right, in here you want to have your mod version, so this will be version 1. And inside there you want a new text document. And I'm going to call that mod.config. Yes, I'd like to change it, thank you very much. Then I'm going to edit that with Notepad++. Right, I'm going to drag that out over here. We can ignore all of that, that is all rubbish. So basically, I need to quick glance at my old one. So you need your mod config layout like this. I'm going to copy it and paste it into a new one. Top line's going to have the mod configuration. Then you need the ID of the mod, so this one is going to be compressed. Oh, what have I pressed? Right, compress blocks. And this is going to be compressed blocks. There we go. And it's version 1, so I get to save that. Close that one now, don't need that. And that should now have been changed. So if I edit it again, we'll see we've got our mod configuration. No, that's not right, I'm still in the old one. I'm going to go to compressed blocks. And I'm dual screening and I've got another window open over there, so there we go, that's our basic config file. Just keep an eye on the chat, see what's happening. Nothing. Okay. Then I think it's XML folder I need, so I'm going to copy that one. Paste that in here. And in this case, we are going to want a manufacturing recipes. So I'm going to edit that one. So we'll leave the top one there just as an example. Clear everything out. So this is an example of a recipe. You want your category. Well, first of all you need to have your craft data. That'll be at the top and bottom, so it just keeps it all together. And your key, each key you do has to have your mod author's well, you need the author's name, dot, whatever the key you want to be. That way it stops any mods clashing with each other. So say if someone else had a Rough Hewn Rock 1 key and I wanted to make one, it would clash. So put our author names just so that it makes sure those recipes are separated. Then you want your category, which determines where it appears in the crafting tab. I want to go for crafting ingredients. Hope I'm spelling that right. Let's switch over to my crafting ingredient. So I'm going to still crafting ingredient, there we go. Tier, doesn't really matter. So we're going to do compressed blocks. So although we're messing around, the craft key will be we're going to go compress coal. Crafted amount we want 1, and it's going to require coal ore. So that is going to be its required, and because it's compressing, let's go with 9. I want more. Description: compressed coal is a great way to store more coal in a smaller space. Okay, scan requirements. We're going to have coal ore. You don't have to do the scan requirements, but I find that if I'm making a recipe that involves crafting coal ore, which will be my decompression recipe, because I'll have this one to compress the coal, and I'll paste a second one here that will basically undo what we've done. So this one's going to be compressed coal. That's much better. So you've got to be careful you don't mistype like that. So compressed coal. We want one of those, and that's going to make coal ore. So key here is going to be compressed coal 1. Let's go .1. This one down here is going to be decompressed coal 1. So we're going to craft 9 coal, because that's what it costs to make 1 compressed coal, and then we're going to get at the cost of 1 compressed coal. So compressed coal can be changed back to its original 9 coal ore. So I'm going to save that. So that should give us our compressed coal, and that, we're going to need to keep hold of that. I'm going to copy that, go back, and I believe we're going to borrow a terrain data from another mod. Going to open that, going to drag that over here again. Right, just merge that onto that tab. Right, so this was Flexible Games Auto Extractor Mark II. So we're going to call this Gaza9422 compress coal block. Name is going to be compressed coal. Right, value 0, key Gaza9422 compressed coal. And that is going to be compressed coal. Description. Oh, let's just steal that description. Copy. Paste. Okay, so it's primary terrain, top texture. Let's go terrain data. Let's find coal. Coal ore. So the top texture for coal ore is 199. So this is just going to have the basic coal ore texture. Is solid. It's true. So we don't want to be able to walk through it. It's hollow, false. It's passable, false. It's glass, false. Has object. Let's go false. On that. Has entity, false. Audio walk type. Let's keep this close to the original, so we're going to go sand. Build type. Audio destroy, none. Category. Let's go category. What we're going to call it? Well, it's an ore, isn't it? Actually, no, we don't want to do that as an ore because we won't be able to place it. Let me have a look. So I'm going to do stone. Deep stone. Let's see what category does that come under. For those of you not sure what I'm doing, I'm looking at the original crafting terrain. So I'm looking at different information based on what they're using, or should I say what DJ's using, because it actually doesn't have a category there, it's got tags. So I might not even need that. Because that, unless it's a machine, which, what's that, primary terrain, 19. That's warning light. Let's go up to the top. So we've got air, grass, rock. So no category there at all. Has got tags for voxel and outdoors. So my guess is I probably won't even need that. Okay, that'll probably do. We'll save that. So that should now be linked with my manufacturing recipe. If I get that right. Compressed coal. Gotta be careful with my typos. Alright, decompressed coal. Coal ore. Okay, that looks good to me. So I'm gonna do it. Well, we've saved it. Gonna leave them open. I can shut that over my second screen in a minute. And I'm just going to take another peek at flexible games. So he's just got two terrain files. His key is flexiblegames.mark2 excavator. His terrain is flexiblegames.mark2 excavator. Yeah, that's cool. So that's my compressed coal. Brilliant. That should, touch wood, work. Mods, compressed coal. He has all configuration files for his, because he can modify how his machine behaves. So, looking at that, we should all be ready to go. So I'm going to click play. Play. So, ideally, everything will be exactly the same as... Let's go. Okay, that sounds good, we'll go with that. Unfortunately, we're going to have to endure this startup scene. Gotta watch the cutscene while it loads up the terrain and does all its necessary changes. And already I've made a mistake, because we didn't enable our mod. So I'm just going to follow the tutorial, and once the tutorial's finished we'll reload and we'll test out our mod.
Crafting.
There we go. Right, okay, we're going to save and quit. Should be pretty quick. Exit now. Right, let's go play. Hopefully this time remembering to load up our mod. And we'll see if we've done it correctly. Compressed blocks. So we go to our select mods menu. And there we go, look, we've got it right so far. So we've got compressed blocks. We've only got the one version. We can lock the version so that it will only stay in version 1. But we don't want to do that. And that's all fine, I'll close that. And we'll enter the world. Ah, here we go. So we've got one error already. Unknown item or cube cost. Compressed coal for recipe Gaza9422 compressed coal 1. So let's see. What did we do wrong? Well, what did I do wrong? Terrain data. The key is compressed coal. And decompressed coal 1. So why is it saying unknown item or cube cost for compressed coal for recipe Gaza9422 compressed coal .1. So that's compressed coal. It accepted the crafting of it. Let's see. We should know what... We know coal, so we can get our unknown cube type. Okay. What did I do wrong? Terrain data. See, this is why we're testing, because I'm not sure why that's not doing that. Right, I'm going to have another look at flexibles. Key and a name. That's fine. Manufacturing recipe. Key. Flexible game. Auto excavator. Ah. The key is the same. Key compressed coal. Key is Gaza compressed coal. So I need to do Gaza dot compressed coal. Because yeah, he's got his crafted key as flexible games, so that's not too bad. That's where we went wrong. So we just need to put that in the craft key. Okay, that's not a problem. We'll save that and we'll reload. Lessons learnt. Hopefully when we reload it this time it will be fixed. So when HMK, if HMK watches this, it might help him recode his mod for the new API. His is a little bit more complex though. He's got machinery and he's got his own custom textures as well. So let's take a look and see how we're doing this time. Well, already that's a good sign because we didn't have the debug console appear. So hopefully, if we go in here and go to the crafted, there we go. We've got no icon available for it because I don't know how to do that yet. But it's currently allowing me to craft. It's saying unknown material because we haven't actually crafted the initial material. So as luck has it, I have got 9 coal. So I've now crafted my compressed coal. It's placeable in the world. It's got the coal texture as we wanted, and I can pick it up. And as you can see, the drill will not affect it at all because it hasn't got the category ore, because the category ore will prevent me from placing it so as not to exploit it, but also it holds more data, information about the block, and that is beyond my knowledge. But there we have it, we have our compressed coal. So we've got 1 block in the world, but again, textures is what I need to learn. Okay, with that now known, I'm going to, well, there we go, so that's compressed and decompressed coal. We can go further with this by using our compressed coal. Actually, I'm going to copy all of that. So we've got compressed coal 1, this one's going to be compressed coal 2. And that is going to be key crafted compressed coal dot 2. And we're going to also modify the terrain data, so that one's dot 1. And we're going to copy that. And we're going to go paste that there. Compressed coal 2. We're going to save both of those changes. So that's needs to be changed to dot 1. Oh, another thing. Name compressed coal compressed coal 2. How do you want to change these? Compressed coal. We do brackets here and call it 9. I don't know if it will allow me to have that or not, but that is the name that we'll be seeing, and that's the crafting key. So in the game, it should say compressed coal 9, or see if it will let me have that. Oh, and we've done it in the wrong. So 99's 81. So that one be 81. Oh, I didn't want to do that. What did I do? The name's disappeared. Right, anyway, compressed coal, brackets, 9, or close brackets. And then we're going to copy that again, because I did something weird, and I don't know what I did. And I'm just going to delete that line there, keep it tidy. So that's going to be compressed coal ore 2.2. Compressed coal ore 0.1. This is going to be 81 ore. So that is the new name, but it's the key name that we need. So we're going to save that, go to our manufacturing recipes. Crafted key is now Gaza compressed coal 1, and we've got our crafting ingredient for compressed coal 2. So the crafting cost is going to be compressed coal 1, and we'll leave that as is. And we need to change that to dot 1. It's important we keep all these matching. Right. And I'm going to copy the decompressed coal 2, coal 1 even, and that is going to be decompressed coal 2. Crafting cost is going to give us, oh, undo, it's going to be that key. Going to give us 9 of the compressed coal 1 at the cost of the compressed coal 2. That looks okay to me. So let's test it out and see if we've gone wrong. I do get confused myself when it comes to doing this sort of thing, but new blocks aren't really my thing. I like to change existing blocks or create a recipe for creative items. Keep an eye down here, see what information it throws back at us. Okay. Yeah, so that was our original compressed coal. That'll probably not work now because we've changed everything about it. Yeah, okay, that's good. So if I just can't even remember how to oh. Used to drop stuff. There we go, throw it across the floor. So, now that our coal... Right, we've stolen some coal. Now, I'm going to go over here. We can create our compressed coal 1. Which is placeable. Saying compressed coal 9 ore. That's good. And if we go in my inventory... all the names looking good. And as you can see, the compressed coal 81 requires 9 of the compressed coal, and the compressed coal 9 will, once I've crafted sufficient amounts of coal, which I may not even have yet.
Crafting.
Right, okay, we're gonna... oh, don't want that open. Just for the sake of speeding this up. We're slowly going to get enough. So far, so good.
Crafting.
All we need is one more collection. There we go. And we can finally test out our compressed coal 81.
Crafting.
Which again is a new block, so I can place that down here. Same texture as coal. But again, if I learnt how to do the custom textures, I would change this. Maybe add a number on the top, so it says like 981, and then the next one will be like 200 and something, I think. But yeah, so that's good. And we look at our compressed coal 9 ore. Requires one of those.
Crafting.
So we've got our 9 compressed coal again. All seems to be working quite well. And then we go back to our ore, and which we can tell by the compressed coal there, it gives us 81. So I'm going to craft all of that up. Craft that. Hello, Bojan. Bojan hit. Welcome to the stream. Hey, bud. Sorry if I'm butchering. If I'm messing your name up. Welcome to the stream. So basically at the moment I'm just experimenting with adding my own blocks into the game. Just a simple compression block. So we've got our compressed coal, which is 81 ore, and we can downcraft that to our compressed coal 9 ore.
Crafting.
And again we can take that back down to the original 81 coal ore we had to start with, which can't be placed down. You're welcome, mate. Bojan. Okay, sweet. So far we've got our coal ore. We've made it into compressed coal, which is 9 ore to make the recipe, to compressed coal 81 ore. And all seems to be working. It just took a little bit of messing around with the terrain data. So I'm going to quit out of here. I'm from the United Kingdom. I live in England. So let's take a quick look at our... So we can close flexible games is mod, because we were looking at his for examples. So for those of you who might have missed this, we started off with our mod configuration folder file, which is in the mods folder here. We've now got a folder with our XML files for the recipes and the terrain blocks, which the recipes are here. And we made it so it requires us to scan coal ore before these recipes will appear. But I might need to structure these slightly different because they can get quite confusing quite quick. But our terrain data is naming our blocks how we want them, so that's good. So it just needs, the key name doesn't really matter as long as it makes sense to the well, it makes sense to me, so I can make my own recipes. Right, so that's got us with our placing blocks. So if you want a block to be placed in the world, you want to add the terrain data. If you want an item, which won't be allowed to be placed, you want to use the items XML file. So I'm going to go into opening a new window. I've got a shortcut to an old mod that I had working. I don't really do much YouTubing. I do the odd live stream now and again. I did do quite a lot of Fortresscraft Evolved videos just before Christmas, but no completed playlists. I had a couple of playlists for Fortresscraft Evolved Rush Mode and the Bleeding Edge version. Well, back then at least. Not sure how many episodes I had, but let's have a quick look. Video manager. I had up to episode 21 on the Bleeding Edge of Rush Mode, and I got up to episode 23 of just Bleeding Edge normal with HMK's Broken Wasp mod. I thought I had a playlist. I can jump onto my channel and have a quick look. Add videos, my YouTube videos, and let's go to up to episode 18, 19. No, that's fine. It's nice to have someone actually watching. Episode 20. Just want to make sure I don't add the Rush Mode videos to the wrong playlist. That's Rush Mode. Bleeding Edge 21. Oh, and this Game Changer retweeted me. Thank you for that. And I want to add episode 22. And add 23 to the season 1. And I'm going to post a link to my season 1 playlist in the post for you. There you go. I just started the game a few days ago, still learning. I'm good at Factorio, many hours there, huge factories, but never attempted multiplayer with my friends. I'm not into playing games. Yeah, Factorio is great fun. I've got Factorio myself. Let's see, Factorio. I've got 423 hours of Factorio. So yeah, I enjoy Factorio too. Haven't played it for a while, but there's probably bound to be another update. For some reason it wouldn't update. Yeah, Let's see, it hasn't updated again. Because its latest version is 12.35. Oh wow. I'm guessing that this game changer is you, I believe. So that's good. And I've got a rush mode. Fortresscraft Evolved Rush Mode. I only had up to episode 10 in that as well. I'm sure I set that up so that it would add it automatically. Right, rush mode. Oh, I can select more than one. 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19. '20, 21. Let's see what that looks like. Did it put me in the right order? Yes. Okay, and then I've got rush mode, because back in the day, rush mode was very hard to unlock, and I managed to exploit it. Let me see mine. Let's have a quick look. Okay, that was weird. What is going on? Close that. Nope. Okay, I'll chuck back over there. How do you see the Factorio version directly from Steam? Mine says that there because if I go into the properties and then go to update, betas, mine wasn't updating. Oh, mine wasn't updating properly. So I literally just clicked on. I clicked on the version I wanted, which was the latest at the time. Was one. Right, that's getting annoying quick. Right, there we go. But yeah, for some reason it wouldn't update itself on its own, and I spent ages constantly trying to get it to update. Though I just went on there and forced it to play whatever version I wanted. So that's under the betas tab, so I can select the latest. But that was how I was doing it. Twitter's going crazy. My goodness. But yeah, so that's how I selected my Factorio versions. Haven't played that in a little while now. Last played on the 9th. My stream looks a bit different, but I think mine updated. Although it's just downgrading a new downloading a new update. Let's have a quick. Ah, there we go. Let's have a look. Oh, okay. I thought there might be some gaming videos. I'll come out of that. Mangled Pork, I liked his stream, and Steejo. There's a couple on here I recognise. Oh, it's not me on Twitter. I don't use it. Ah, okay. Then I'm really confused, because since I gave you the link... Oh, was it? No, it's this Game Changer retweeted me. I don't know who that is then. See if there's any others on here that I recognise. Quill18, that rings a bell. Either be Minecraft, Factorio or Fortresscraft. Jeff Dunham, that's brilliant. I swear I was subscribed to that already. Right. So yeah, hopefully they should all be sorted out now. But yeah, basically these are the first time I'd ever tried to do my own YouTube videos, and I was just uploading live streams that I was doing on Twitch. Let's go uploads. So Fortresscraft. So yeah, it's got the last couple of live streams I done the other day. That was a bug report I was trying to do for DJ. That was me playing around with some. That was a Bleeding Edge Let's Play again. Can't believe how long ago that was. 6 months ago, 7 months ago. But yeah, that's why I like the YouTube gaming, because it now saves my old streams on here so that people can watch them as well. So that's good. Right, let's have a look. So this is the default items list. So we've got iron bars, power boosters. Let's see if there's anything that tells me... Ah, here we go. That's a interesting tag. Gain power. Does it tell you how much it gains power, and what is the link for that? I'm interested now. That's caught my attention. So he's got items. Research assembler, refinery, recipe sets, compute machine. I made some do-yourself videos how to make projector for less than 40. That's pretty cool. Right, so now I just need to work out where this link comes into it, because nothing here tells me how much the person gains. So, and I know you can't place it in the world, but the item you use to make it, which will be charger, plasma head charger, no, spider, no, Mark 1 power core, there we go. Does it have any information? Oh, that's YouTube. I don't know how to do that. YouTube will automatically block any links. I had the same issue myself. I don't know how to fix that myself. But yeah, so this is an interesting item, interesting thing I found here. So all the while this item action is available, it toggles the gain power, and there must be somewhere it's storing that information. So I'm intrigued as to see where that information is stored. So that was power booster. Doubt it'll be in the terrain, but yeah, not in the terrain. Power booster Mark 1. I was expecting it to be in the manufacturing. Oh no, that's Tricky's ores. There we go. There we go. So yeah, it's used as the recipe for the Mark II charger. So which one of these files? Sample recipe, smell, research. Recipe sets, what's this? Manufacture recipe plants. Okay. Coiler plant. I'm guessing the recipe sets links with the terrain data for what recipes are available. So if I look for hydro, check cutter, description, manufacturing recipe, nothing there. So this is basically how I learnt how to code. I was just, well, this how I learnt to mod Fortresscraft Evolved. My curiosity got the better of me and I was just linking different things together. So like I can modify manufacturing recipes, items, research, that's a good one to mess around with. And terrain data. But the behaviour, like when it comes to terrain data, if I do ore, no, let's go coal ore. See, the stages part I don't understand. But again, that will probably be explained in the modding API. Which is well worth a read. Create volume, aura. Okay, before. Right, what's this? Adding new items override existing items, e.g. from another mod, which is unavailable. Disappear due to being removed from the mod or being optional. Right. See, that override is what I could have used for when my first copper coal compressed block didn't work. So the research requirements is good, I've used that before in my own code. Scan requirements are good. Category just tells you where it appears in the game. Right, so let's have a look. Descriptions, types. Type item charge. So if I go to item, so type item single. Okay. Item single, only one per item inventory, but with no additional data. That's interesting. Oh, we got 2 viewers. Is one of them me? I don't know. On Twitch it used to tell me who was in here. It only shows me who's active on this one. And active means they've just typed in the chat window in the last 5 minutes, so it doesn't help me very much. Okay, so let's see what else I can learn. Item charge, only 1 per inch, but it also records charge level. Doesn't tell me the charge level. So where does it link that information? Be spawning needs to be represented sprite. Category comes under crafting ingredient. Ah. Mainly assign the item IDs. This is because it could lead to conflict between our mods and digital items. When a world is first loaded, single player hosting server will already items by number starts from 10,000. Next time the world is loaded, data will be read from now. I know item IDs. Cubes are blocks of the stuff in game which form static part of the regular voxel world. So that would be coal ore. So, example, new block, name, example block, research, value 1, layer type, primary terrain, so this looks like it'd be, does it say about ores? This includes rock, ore and machines. So they are under cubes, so important installer item, manufacturing C. Where does it store the other data? Because the modding API tells you so much. That's why I've been looking at the other mods to get examples. So they've got terrain research and manufacturing recipes, but none of those add anything to the terrain. Trickies or extractors might have a bit of something in it. Icon value. That's just a description. They didn't change that. So what's that tell me? They stored them under 1 block. Primary terrain, transparent glass object entity, category machine, tags machinery. So what else does he have? Ah, DDL files. How do these work? Right, let's do a quick search. How to mod with DDL files. Guide, Introduction to DDL Modding. Now, in order to successfully mod a DDL file, you need to understand exactly how it is mapped out. IDA Pro, which can be found on the Pirates Bay is great for something like this because craft views that shows all subroutines that a specific line may call upon or transfer read data from. Right, that does not help me. How to edit, how to open, let's go DDL files. Right, using DDL files. Decompiling DDL. Visual Studios and open new video and then file and then click open. Visual Studios, I've got that. Microsoft Office Visual Studios. Sure, I had it. Visual Studios 2015. At the moment, this is just a testing mod. It's just a proof of concept, really. So this is just a compressed blocks. This is me experimenting with the new modding API. So all I currently have is literally one compressed coal, which is 9 ore compressed into one block, and then I've got a second compression of it, which is 9 compressed coal into a compressed coal 81 ore blocks. So it basically just allows me to compress my coal ore so I can store it more easily. I'm just currently trying to work out all the different strings that I can use and how to manipulate these files in a way that I can do whatever I want. License 30-day trial. Your trial has expired. Ah, okay then. File. Yep, okay, I can't use that then. That's a bummer. DJ did explain that boosting hopper size is problematic, yet there is a mod that I'm using at the moment that does exactly that, which was the tricky extra storage hoppers. So if I was, but again, they're using DDL files to manipulate how the block behaves. I don't know how to do that. So I'll just close that. So here's terrain data. Is again, it's one block, which is the extra storage hoppers, and each one's got a different value entry for each item. So theoretically they're the same machine, but based on what key is used, that one block will behave differently. And I don't know how to change that without first gaining access to these DDL files, because anything that adds a machine block, I've noticed, has got this plugin DDL. Yeah, I agree with that. Play vanilla first, then mess with mods, because otherwise it can ruin the gameplay. But I've got a pretty simple mod, which was my ore trees mod. Basically adds a new tree into the world terrain. So I literally just go into the injections and add the blocks, add the schematic that I made into the world. So I've got like an ore tree for lithium, and then I've got like an ore tree which has got everything in it. I've never made a mod for Factorio, but I did complete the game before I started installing mods, and that was great fun. So yeah, this is my little shortcut to get to here. So this is where I actually added the trees and stuff to the world. But at the moment I don't know how to manipulate the injections into the modding API. Again, that'll come under this slot, but it does. I just need to try and work out how they do it. Not mainly assign not this. This data is stored in mod mapping XML in the world folder. So these are the default cubes, which is where I was at. That's cool. Do not make a change to any of the standard file. This is not cross mod compatible, and your changes will be lost in the update. That was where modding the older versions of Fortresscraft Evolved was problematic, because every time DJ updated the game, all of our work that we'd done in these terrain datas were just erased and replaced with his new one. So I want to ask, are you interested in multiplayer? I'm not a noob. I want someone who is a good guy, smart to play Factorio with. Yeah, mate. If I'm not working, I'll be more than happy to play. I just have to. We'll have to set up either a Hamachi or I don't know if you've got a different method of doing it. But I quite like Factorio. I've got quite a few mods on mine. I'll probably have to. Let's see. Local files. Browse local files. Oh, what am I doing? I've got one here. Factorio mods. They're basically all the mods that I was using. And there's a link to my mods folder. I was using tons and tons of mods. I even made my own mod pack in the end. Got permission from the authors. So if I go back to the Factorio, there is my mod pack there. So if I open it, you can see I've got all these mods all integrated and working together. Lots of fun. So like the larger inventory one I loved. The log mod was one of my favourites as well. Autofill was really overpowered when it come to turrets. Bob's where is it? Bob's modules were crazy. Eco trees was horrible because basically you didn't get attacked because I had so many tree farms running that all the trees were just eating up all the pollution. I never got attacked. Electric furnaces, another favourite of mine. Landfill was good if you got stuck in the water. Yeah, we can. I mean, if you add me on Steam, you can do Steam in-game Steam chat. Again, my Steam name is Gaza9422. Feel free to add me. You can do voice chat there. And I can see we've got 3 viewers. Oh no, we've gone down to 2. I was just about to say welcome to the stream. Yeah, trains are a little bit complicated for me. I started learning trains, and I just ended up building different tracks for whatever I wanted rather than one track with lots of different control panel things for them. Right, lighting information. Might talk to DJ and see if he's got a suggested software that I can decompile and mod things with a bit easier. You can see, for example, I might want to use the same example radar. Ah, there we go. I've got the close. Got the request. Thank you for that. And oh, he's just said just added you on Steam. The following standard recipe lists are available in full location. Overriding recipes. Radar recipe 1, crafted example. Mod folder, okay. That bit I understand. Delete is also good. Remove research requirement, nice and easy. Remove scan requirements. No, all of that. Overriding following, okay. Add new machine to train. See, in order to get the rest of this running, I seem to require a bit of software that I'm not sure what it is. It's okay modifying the XML files manually, but plugins, here we go. Interact directly with the game. To create a plugin, you need to create an assembly containing a class which inherits base. This assembly must start test with the text plugin. We recommend it for all files should be saved the same file as your modding config. For example, your assembly must reference the game assembly machine, CS#, and the Unity assembly Unity engine DL, which both can be found in the following locations. Right, let's have a quick look for that. 64 data managed. Right, okay, your assembly must reference game assembly. Virtual registration. One of the overriding statements is not cross-compatible. Cross-segment entity. Public virtual mod create segment results. Right, I think I need to talk to DJ. Actually, he might be online. It's probably streaming. Oh no, I'm the only one live at the moment. Okay, DJ's finished streaming. I'll have to try something else. I'll send him a message. Steam, friends, DJ. XML files. Can you suggest a free piece of software of making etc. As mods I'm using have files that end with .dll. What to do in order to make these? Many thanks. I probably won't get a reply, but it's nice to try. Just say John Steam, looking at your PC's clock and you're 1 hour behind my time, so let me know if you're interested in some evening gaming. Oh, brilliant. Okay, great. I'll end this stream shortly and we can play around with multiplayer Factorio if you'd like. I will delete my local content and verify the integrity of the game cache. On Steam.